Welcome to Informatica Support videos. My name is Vishal and I will be taking through this video. The topic of this video is how to access DX message broker using Jconsole. In this video, I will show how to access the DX message broker queue using Jconsole and browse them. When and why is this needed? This is required when there are a lot of messages are in pending or in transferring state in the DX console. In order to know in which queue they are pending or transferring state, or to know if there are Power Center workflow consumer is attached to the queue or not, we have to browse the queue using Jconsole. I will start with the demo. So I have a DX console opened in which I can see there are 257 events in pending state and there are 8 events in transferring state. Now in order to know under which queue they are in pending or transferring state, we have to browse the queue message broker using Jconsole. This Jconsole utility is provided and by the Java installer. So we have to go to the Java installation bin directory in our local machine and launch the Jconsole by double clicking it. We have to click on the remote process and provide the IP address where the DX server is running and the port of the queue. So it'll connect to the queue. Click on the mbins, expand the active queue, click on queue, click on any of the queue. Here we can see a lot of queues, and click on the attributes. In the attributes I can see there are queue size of 2095. That means there are 2000 messages pending in this queue. And to see if there is any workflow is consuming from this queue or not, we have to go to consumer count. Here we can see there are 0 consumer. That means there is no Power Center workflow attached to the consumer. Similarly, we can go and browse other queue attributes, and we see there are 783 messages in the queue and there are 8 consumers. That means there are a workflow with 8 partitions is trying to consume from this queue. Similarly, to know if there are messages in transferring state or not, we have to browse the internal queue, and to access the internal queue we have to similarly provide the DX server process and the port to browse it, and the port is 18090 as which is also configurable in the DX configuration.properties. So here I am accessing the internal queue, outbound command queue. Click on the attributes. Here I can see at this moment there are 0 queue. That means that all the 8 messages which were in transferring state has been processed and completed by now. To configure the internal queue port, we have to go to the DX configuration.properties. We have to go down at the end of the DX configuration properties and put this to properties. DX amq.jmx.enabled equals to true and dx.amq amq.jmx.port equals to 18090, so which will allow us to browse the internal queue using Jconsole. So this concludes our video. We would like to hear from you. Please do write your feedback support videos at informatica.com, or send your valuable feedback on twitter.com/infasupport. Thank you.